Hello there, beautiful Scorpio energies. Welcome to my Tarot Nook. I'm hoping all is well and good with you. Thank you so much for stopping in today. So this is going to be an energy reading, Scorpio, also a tarot love reading. All right, we're going to see what's going on with the energies that are tapping in to you right now, are thinking about you, or are connected to you, or you're connected to them. We'll see what the messages are. This is a very general reading. All right, so welcome back, all subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. If you're a returning viewer or a new viewer, welcome to the channel. I do variety style readings here. If you like tarot, consider subscribing. I also have playlists set up so you guys can check those out. All right, if the reading resonates for you, feel free to thumbs up the video. I would sincerely appreciate it. Everybody is welcome here, so the comment section, let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling, what you got going, what's coming, what's leaving, and all that good stuff. Feel free to do so. This is a very safe space for everybody, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started here with more cards really quickly. Okay. So what is here for my beautiful Scorpio? What are the energies for Scorpio? What's going on with Scorpio and these energies? Excuse me. All right. Have abundance. We have key on a ring. We also have camera. Heartbroken. Coffin. Oh, with paradise. All right, and then bottom of the deck, we have a date. Okay. I don't know why my camera always looks crooked, so I'm just kind of looking at the camera really quickly, or at my screen really quickly, make sure the camera or my cards are not too crooked for you. Okay. Okay. So I do feel like there's a situation here where something has to do with a date. It doesn't have to necessarily be going on a date. It can, but there could be an actual date, a date of importance, something meaningful. For a lot of you, you're in a place here with, there's an energy here where you're in a place where you're feeling, things are good. Or you're just kind of in a place where you're feeling, thankful. Okay. Others of you, this person is also in a place where they're feeling thankful for whatever connection they have going on with you. I feel like there's an opportunity here for a date with this person as well. This could be somebody that you went on a date on or had like a hookup with of some sort. I do feel like there's some options here for you and them. So you two could be just openly dating right now, nothing like it that's going to be too serious, but there's just like things that are happening, like positivity in the sense of like the relationship. It's like path right now. So far things seem to be working, but it does feel like we have options that we're dealing with. And it does feel like somebody might be stringing the other person along, or something is not necessarily, it started off great, it started off fantastic, and now it's kind of in a in a dwindling state. And I say this because we take a it's like a backward S, but we take a curve. We go to kind of like reminiscing. Somebody's thinking about all those times, all these the abundance that you two had together. Like I said, there could be an anniversary or also like an actual date coming up that's going to be a reminder or some type of trigger in a positive, like it triggers a thought or something like that. There's just something here where somebody's feeling like, now that they're reflecting on the past, there could have been like a lot of things they could have done different. So they're learning a lot from this experience. And I feel like somebody was left heartbroken here. There's definitely an ending here. Something ended very badly or tragically or unexpectedly, I guess. There was an ending here that, brought about heartbreak. Could have been some sort of like, you know, a breakup, or somebody's feeling a little lost. But the coffin also, it's not just about like an ending, it's more of about the rebirth. Okay, so something here, there's an opportunity, something that may have kind of been aspect of the past has an opportunity for beginning, something where, you know, you could have thought, no, signed, sealed, delivered, locked, done and over with, could be making a return for all the right reasons. Okay, and it could start with a date, or it could be because of that date, or it could be like a reminder, and this time around they're not gonna like not say, hey, it could be an anniversary, you know, something like that. I feel like, you know, overall this energy is just, you know, they'd like to have happier days with you or better days. I feel like they kind of reminisce a lot, think about the times you used to hang out, flirt, talk. They could have like pictures and text messages with memories on them. There's definitely a sense of a honeymoon phase. Excuse me, I'm pushing my chair, and there's there's some sort of a honeymoon phase here, some honeymoon effect taking place. So you know, like kind of sort of like all good things come to an end, but like not everything is ending. But there could be some abruptness here, or some type of a pause, or some type of a hiccup along the way. All right, so let's go ahead and see what the tarot says here. So King of Wands energy, this is a Sagittarius, but also Scorpio elements energy here. I feel like with the King of Wands in the reverse, it's just kind of suggesting that this is a space where, you know, you used to have like something that was a spark with this person, and that spark has dimmed out for some reason energetically. In terms of like how you're feeling, you know, I feel like you're feeling like you're usually very known for like your intensity and how passionate you can get about things, and I feel like, you know, you're very driven here for something that is actually meaningful. Okay, that is positive. Okay, that's not like too playerful, or too playful, you know, playfulness even, like, you know, like there's just kind of like a certain tone to certain things, and I feel like you want to be in a positive direction rather than in a direction that lacks commitment. Okay, so I feel like commitment seems to matter to you here, but it's not something that's necessarily happened or is happening. All right, so I feel like somebody here, like in the relationship, they're showing like maybe they're coming across Scorpio, a Knight of Cups. So we have another knight here, but yeah, they're coming across like, you know, they're showing traits of either like kind of being arrogant, or too much in their ego, or just they're trying to get into a space where they can kind of approach in a certain way, and kind of like the playfulness or the flirtation is a little much, because it's coming from a place where it gets done. I feel like Scorpio, like, as and choose as a form of manipulation. So it's like when they want something, they know how to kind of like manipulate. Okay, it's whatever it is. And so it, I mean, they have it's not something, again, it's not something that I feel is awful, but at the same time it was a problem. Okay, so I laugh because the energy just comes across as though, you know, they really do kind of know how to get what they want, is why I'm laughing. All right. Somebody here again, we have like a little bit of a manipulation situation here. And I feel like for a lot of you, this relationship could have started like amazing, fire, dynamic energy, fantastic. But I feel like control issues or egos here could have became a problem, or started to kind of, there started to be like a loss of focus on the connection and the relationship and the romance, and more focus on like power and control. Okay, controlling dynamics. All right, so, and it's, there was like a lot of things that were leading like loss here with the Five of Cups and disappointment, but it was just kind of being challenged a little bit with a little bit of like lacking perspective, or perspective being set in the wrong place. Okay, so we're having this Five of Cups showing up with some regrets. It feels like you and this person have some regrets, and it could feel like, you know, both of you are focusing on what's going wrong rather than on what's going right. And you could have like lost sight of the actual relationship or the connection. So rather than appreciating, you know, what's there or what can be salvaged, it's like we're looking at constantly what's like wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong. So and it feels like there's a phase here where, you know, you, Scorpio, and your person here are kind of dealing with like dealing with the past, like, you know, your mourning aspects of the past. You could be stuck in a cycle here where, trying to get over something like on past conflict that's still kind of like an open wound, or kind of like unmet expectations, and it's kind of like it's like a sore topic to talk about, or something that's not being really discussed. Okay, so it just feels like neither of you are kind of engaging in the present moment in the relationship with one another, which feels like again, what once was there with abundance and time and all the stuff. Something could have even started like a one night stand, but whatever took off, it just feels like a lot of it is just like a part of the past, ever so soon. And now we're like in a place where we're dealing with heartbreak, or feeling like the connection is kind of lost that spark. Okay, or something here is lacking, but it's not like we're kind of disconnected from this energy just yet anyway. All right, Six of Wands. Okay, so there are thoughts and feelings here. I don't know. It feels like even though there's some elements here that are bringing about a lot of disappointment and setbacks, or even sometimes feeling a little abandoned, I feel like the Six of Wands is just saying that your person maybe holds a little bit of like, pride, or just kind of, is trying to like that, maybe public acknowledgement or validation, or like outside validation could also help their ego equally, because it's like I don't feel like they rely on you to kind of fill their kind of confidence. Maybe, I don't know, it just comes across as though external validation is something that I sometimes they kind of go like it's something that they like. Okay, there's also like a point where I feel like maybe they're feeling like being with you, or just being with like energetically, has also supported them in general, like just brought them good things, so like they're not devaluing you. They actually love the things that you've kind of encountered together. All right, but there's ego here. There's a little bit of ego where I feel like rather than connecting with things emotionally and growing emotional, which emotional relationships that are, well, there's no such thing as immediate mastery, but instead of focusing on emotional building and the connection, they're more on the side of like validation. All right, more like the action of things versus the actual feeling of things. All right, the Nine of Swords here. Okay, this is a Gemini energy. I feel like in terms of the relationship, there's a lot of could be some unmet hopes or desires here, some things that are kind of not materializing, some things that are kind of putting the feeling like out there, feeling anxious and worried, like maybe things are just like, again, not holding up, feeling disappointed in their decisions, disappointed in their actions, not wanting to be in a certain place here. Maybe something is kind of keeping the relationship in a state where there could be like a little bit of guilt, like maybe both of you are kind of carrying some type of, guilt, like guilt in the sense that could have done something different, but nothing may have been done. Okay, like I feel like there could be times where like things kind of like regrets kind of come up about the relationship, or just at least how the turns are taking, especially with trust and loyalty. I feel like emotional security is also like lacking a little bit, which is kind of keeping things in a state of kind of like wonderment, I guess. Okay, so I don't know. It does feel like there's just a little bit of like frustrations and anxiety here. Um, it feels like there could be some angle here where somebody might be feeling like they're being lied to or betrayed as well. The Nine of Swords is a very hurtful card for the person that's dealing with it. It could be dealing with some of that feeling heartbreak, feeling sadness. Okay, there could be some restrictions here being put on, but it does feel like there's not something here is not just that easy to move on from though. Okay, so there could be some value here where the person just values aspects of this commitment, and they're like having a hard time moving away from that. All right, like mentally speaking, like in their mind, logically, I guess. The Knight of Swords, we have another sword energy. All right, so Aquarius energy here. In the reverse, it does feel like there's just obviously like something is being slowed down. Maybe somebody's trying to like deal with their issues, okay, but they're doing so in a very fast and quick way, that they're like kind of being a little too strong minded, too forceful, a little too aggressive. just kind of being in a thoughtless place. They're not thinking before they're acting. Something also could deal with anxiety as well, or the worry of things. So there could be like a lot of lashing out. All right, just kind of breaking up the relationship, kind of like I don't know, like just the way people talk to one another, like that value, that respect is kind of going away. So it does feel like this is somebody that can act a little irrationally sometimes. So I feel like for a lot of you that are like looking for depth or commitment, this is something that doesn't bring like a consistent sense of stability. It also feels like we have somebody that's like running or like trying to like dodge, like yeah, be fickle or like disregard, like dodge, disregard the consequences, or like yeah, like just dodge responsibilities or be accountable. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles here. Oh, my hands are cold. This is a Virgo energy. It's also a Venus card. So when it comes to love here, this is something tough. When it comes to love and romance, there's something that lacks growth. I feel like maybe your person is just not taking the right steps towards doing things correctly or trying to like correct or heal or fix something. I do feel like somebody that, you know, they're trying to like strengthen the relationship, but they're not acting on it. Like they're thinking about it, but they're not moving towards it. All right, because it feels like they're relying on like external validation here. It feels like just it's like through conversations. Sometimes this person's how they act. They act on after having like a talk with somebody or a pep talk. Like they don't think things through and they lack planning. Okay, so I feel like they think about you a lot, but they sabotage things too because they come from a place where they could be a little materialistic. So again, it comes from a place where they like act on things based on acts and action versus emotional connections. Okay, so it's just really interesting. The Queen of Pentacles here, this is a Capricorn energy. I feel like, you know, this is somebody I feel like that could perhaps rely on you for nurturing them. You take care of them. You probably provide for them financially, or you know, they kind of have additional, like they come from a place where they have additional financial sources as well, or just they have extra income. So I feel like overall they have like the ability to nurture the relationship, but they enjoy being nurtured instead or taken care of. And I feel like there's something more to this person than meets the eye, something that they may not be talking about, sharing. All right. It could also deal with somebody else here. Okay. So, you know, this is somebody that could, for some of you, this is somebody that could be playing around with somebody else that you already know. But you know, like you're like that you like, you know, mutual person, friend in common or something. I'm not going to get too deep into that one, but this is somebody that could be playing, which is kind of like, you know, things are changing and that's why their emotional connection isn't there. It's not like they're trying to be that way, but it's just that you know, there's no, this is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Okay, so so that's somebody that's being very secretive, being deceptive in this position. And I feel like, you know, they're not putting out their true intentions, or not being like they're not fully being like, they're not revealing the truth about everything right now. Okay, they could be holding something back. All right. So the Eight of Wands here for what they really want from you. I feel like maybe a person really wants, you know, things to like improve or things to change, but they want change like fast or quick, or some sort of like resolution or direction. I feel like some of you, they may want to like move and improve on things very quickly, like they want to see results. And others of you, this is somebody that's probably gonna like move in a different direction altogether. But there's somebody, however, I feel like they're gonna communicate this with you. They're gonna have a conversation. I feel like there's a room, if there's room for them, if you're feeling like they're trying to escape something, then go with your intuition, because they may be trying to see what opportunity, you know, but they're not trying to completely do so in a way that kind of, they're trying to be careful and critical of how they approach this. But if something is really like not working out, Scorpio, and it feels like you guys have that heart to heart conversation, they're gonna do so to get moving in the direction that they need to go. All right. Others of you, if things work out and you know there's apparent you're apparent like you're able to kind of communicate in a way where you're apparently seeing there's room for transformation, because Scorpios are all about transformation. If transformation isn't there, then you're not going to want to waste their time or your time either. So it just feels like things have started in a place where there's like a little bit of a disappointment. There's some ego here playing away. Also, there's some hidden issues that are not being addressed. I feel like somebody here, at least one person, is being deceitful, withholding the truth about something that needs to be talked about. It's not being talked about. I do feel like the way forward, we need to address the issues here. Whether, you know, you're holding on to things for lack of security or security or whatever it is, the decision needs to be done fast and quick, because at the end of the day, abundance is here anyway. So the biggest message here is communication needs to be very, very clear, because again, we're not talking to each other, or we're not being open and honest about some things. It's just not coming through that way at all. And I feel like, you know, in terms of like boundaries, you know, just have respectful boundaries here. If something is not working out, like, be honest with yourselves. But there's no reason to allow somebody to cheat on you, or to go cheat on somebody and justify it and kind of keep it like a secret or keep it hidden. So if there's anything funky like that going on, or anything along that mindset, it's just, I feel like it's just better to have that conversation. So, you know, in your case, at least, the most you can do is ask and then get the answer, and then you have to trust your intuition with that. All right, Scorpio, well, this is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comments again what's going on with you. You're always welcome to comment with me, or comment to me, or chat, or ask questions if you have them. All right, and like the video if you haven't. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you soon, and thank you for spending some of your time with me. Bye.